Still working on the adoption, but at least she's looking better. She's gaining weight. Isn't she beautiful? All right, it is Friday the 19th, 2024 of April. And this is a Chille adoptions update. Excuse the yard, we're gonna cut it tomorrow, but I wanted to see if I could show you. Chille, I have some food for you. I have some food for you. You ready to eat? You ready for some eat? Yeah? You want some? Ready for your food? Okay. Come on, I'm gonna go put it in your dish. You wanna come eat? You wanna come eat? Okay. All right, I'll put it in your dish. I'll put it in your dish. Here's your foods. Here it is. Chille. She's still running. But anyway, that's progress, y'all. Chille. Your food. Your food. You ready to eat? Okay, you go eat. You go eat your food, okay? I love you. I love you, Chille. Okay, go eat. Well, it's harder to see because it's dark out, but there she is. It's good. You like it? You like it, pretty girl? I love you, Chille. And so my question to my neighbor is, what did you hope to accomplish by calling animal control? Because that is very short-sighted. If you see her as a pest or see us as a pest and know that we are invested in her and decide, I want to just clap back and see if I can't get that dog removed, what are you accomplishing and why would you do that? The other thing is that I do encourage the officers who came out, should they choose to access this channel, since it's posted all over the yard, to ask themselves whether or not they are also, in addition to caring for those who are sick, disabled, homeless, so on and so forth, in our animal community, whether or not they are also seeking actively to determine what the cause of the problem that they have to address are, so that no one has to experience those problems ever again. The approach of, I would like to work myself right out of a job, because to not have a job would mean that all the animals are in healthy homes, are safe, are happy, so on and so forth. So I will go ahead and share the audio with you. The other thing that I would ask that you do, because I shared this particular video last night in this series of 3 videos as a parallel for the social service foster and adoption process, as I have been able to translate it in the care of animals, and to ask yourself, when you listen to me respond to the questions being asked of me by the officers, whether or not what I'm saying are the same kinds of things you would imagine a parent would be saying if social service were to show up to remove their children. And then let that sink in for a minute. We cannot continue to be short-sighted about the problems that are affecting us all. We have to look deeper at the causes, whether they say that the cause is unknown or not. If it's unknown, it can be discovered. And that is the direction we need to move in as a community.
We got a couple calls about the dog that's running loose out here. Is it your guys' dog?
Well, we don't own the dog. It has, taken up residence in our cottage over there, because we won't use it for people to stay.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not. We'd like for it to be our dog, but she won't let anyone
near her.
Yeah, so we'll put out food for her and things like that. And
how long has she been out here?
I mean, I don't know. It's probably some months. My aunt thinks someone dropped her off in the neighborhood. But can you tell me more about the calls that you received?
So today they saw the dog running up and down the street. Apparently it's an ongoing thing. Yeah.
Malnourished.
No, she's not. She's not malnourished.
We weren't really able to lay eyes on her, so that's just something we need to check to make sure that she's doing okay.
Yeah, I mean, we watch her. She's not an aggressive dog. She does. Well, she is aggressive towards vermin. I haven't seen it myself, but our neighbors down the street, they also feed her. It's just kind of, I guess, like a community dog, but she stays there because it's,
it's a spot for her.
Right, and when it's not, raining or cold, sometimes she'll just, lay in the grass or something like that. But she's not aggressive. She won't even let anyone approach her. She'll just run. But the neighbors down the street told me that they saw that she had killed like a raccoon or, stuff like that. So, and I think I know I've seen her use the raccoons for food. So that's why we started to feed her. But she's not rabid. She's not malnourished. Well, we're all feeding her. So
is this a halfway house? Is this like a private residence?
Yeah.
This is a private residence?
We were just curious because there's a bunch of cars and it looks like a parking lot, not just like a driveway.
Oh, well, no. I mean, these are all our vehicles, and they're all registered to us at this address.
You're saying the dog isn't yours?
No, I mean, she doesn't belong to anybody, but we haven't called animal control because she's not a pest to us.
Yeah.
So if she has become a pest to someone else in the neighborhood, then, I mean, I can't speak for other people's tolerance.
Yeah.
But we call it what?
So she's a dog that you just allow on your property, essentially.
That's right. I mean, everybody is. I mean, the whole, we aren't the only people who feed her. She just stays here. She comes down here, and probably because she has access to the water down here, and we don't bother her. We don't, we don't try to intimidate her or poke her or anything like that.
So we are a bit concerned about her eating raccoons, because not just for rabies' sake, but for any other like distemper, parvo, giardia, things like that.
Yeah.
That's really concerning for her to be eating raccoons.
Well,
she hasn't done it since that one time that the neighbors spoke about it.
I cannot say because I don't know.
Exactly.
But what I can say is that she visually is healthy. She doesn't have any lesions. She's not rabid. She doesn't have any foaming. She doesn't have any open sores, anything like that. So I've been able to get close enough to her, which is something no one else has been able to do, probably because I'm nice to her and I care about her. But she won't let me touch her. So, if I try to touch her, her ears will go back. These are my SD cards. Her ears will go back, and you're animal control, so you know the signs of a dog that
is
feels
uncomfortable,
right? But she doesn't. There she is. Look, and she went and jumped back into the van. You want to go bye-bye? Where are we going? Where are we gonna go, huh? Where are we gonna go? All right, admittedly, the van is a lot bigger than that kennel. So I can understand why she wants to stay in here. Here she is. I came back. I just wanted to check on you. You were sleeping so good, I didn't want to disturb you. You just hang out here a little bit. Jermaine's over there working on the car, so I'll let you stay in here a little bit longer before we try to figure out the kennel. But I love you. Hi, everybody. Guess who's with me finally? She won't get out of the van. She doesn't want me to get out of the van. But she'll let me love on her. And she's eating, and I just love her so much. We've been sitting here talking, and I get the feeling that she may at some point have been living in a car, and that's why she's so comfortable in here, which just it's a lot. But I told her I want to take care of her, and I finally heard her bark when LJ came outside, And that made me wonder. That's why I decided to go live, because there's this ongoing theme with female dogs that don't like men or males, and I don't understand. I don't understand what that is. I mean, I understand not being comfortable with people that you don't know, but I really that a gender-based aversion in animals, I don't know what to do with that. So, but anyway, I do think it would be a great idea for him to learn how to care for someone other than himself by helping me with Chille. It's going to take a while, I can tell. And it's about to rain, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, because she won't get out. She will not get out of this van. She doesn't want me to get out either. Every time I try to get out, she's like, just stay there, because I thought maybe she was upset that, because the other door, I can open the other door so that she can get out, so she doesn't feel like she's trapped in here, but she just wants to stay in here and take a nap. And so I wanted to go and get me some coffee and something to eat to sit with her, but she was like, no, I don't want you to leave yet. So I'm still just sitting here, and since I'm sitting here, I just, thought I would share our progress with everybody. I'm just really glad that she's here, and I will share some things that happened while I was at the shelter, and while I was communing with the dogs there. It's hard to go into a shelter and have to leave animals there. It's just, we have to do something different, everybody. We have to do something different. So, but anyway, there she is. She's home. I'm so happy. It took me. It is Wednesday, January the 24th, 2024, and I wanted to do a positive video about this dog that my family this week has decided to try to adopt. And I'm starting here because she has created a little sleeping nest for herself, and I guess she can sleep out here today because it is a lot warmer today. It must be in the 60s today than it has been in quite a few weeks. But
Residents say mosquitoes in Cameron Parish are out of control, especially those at Holly Beach. Mosquito Control says they are responding, but as Teresa Schmidt reports, people who live there say more needs to be done.
This is what Sunny Mo's truck looked like at dusk Tuesday night, covered with saltwater marsh mosquitoes.
Why do we have to put up with this? We're taxpayers in Cameron Parish. We have plenty of money to spray, and this is what we got to live with every day.
Cameron Mosquito Control Director Josh Hightower blames the problem on last year's drought.
While the drought's in place, mosquitoes continually laying the eggs in the marsh, and all the cracks and everything are just full of eggs, and they're just waiting for water. And in October, when the coastal tides got real high, all the marshes flooded, and we've been fighting a real bad outbreak of saltwater mosquitoes all fall and through the winter.
He says they have plenty of resources, but that many federal restrictions prevent them from doing whatever is needed whenever it's needed.
We're only allowed to spray 2 hours before sunset with the airplane, and the wind has to be 10 miles per hour or less. And then there's temperature restrictions. We're not allowed to spray any type of spray at all if the temperature drops below 50 degrees. And if it's foggy, it's too dangerous to spray.
Still, Mo says it's ruining his Holly Beach seafood business and killing tourism.
They can't rent the cabins because there's so many mosquitoes. My business has been closed for 3 months because of the mosquitoes. They come down here and they say they ain't ever coming back.
Hightower admits Holly Beach is the worst, as is anywhere near salt water. He says they'll continue to fight the mosquitoes by land and by air. Teresa Schmidt, 7 News.
that she wasn't getting veterinary care that she needed.
Okay.
Is she here right now? Well, we need to make sure that she did receive veterinary care, but legally we just need to make sure she did. So if you took her somewhere, I can just give them a call and they say yes, and then we're all good.
And I'll talk about that a little bit more. But I'm using wildlife model to explain the humane economy, but this concept also applies to domestic animals, to farm animals, even to soil-based agriculture. And the real take-home point is that you can be humane and be more profitable. We're spending all the time and all the energy to remove the animal and not solve the problem. We're spending all the time and all the energy to remove the animal and not solve the problem. We're spending all the time and all the energy to remove the animal and not solve the problem. And Mother Nature will provide, she'll replace the squirrel or the beaver or the raccoon that we take out. So it becomes unsustainable because eventually the cost of all that removal is going to exceed the value of the property that we're trying to protect.